Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Swarmio eSports. I'm your host, Rory Andrews. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, I give you a rundown of the top stories in the world of eSports. We have a gameplay session with our resident Halo 5 expert, Austin Hogan, and I show you what makes a pro in the competitive world of Overwatch. But first, the news. Too long, India has been left out of the eSports scene, but that's about to change. eSports, an Indian pro sports league, has recently announced the launch of UCypher, India's first professional eSports league. eSports was founded by entrepreneur Ronnie Screwvala, founder of UTC Television Group, that was sold to Disney in a $290 million deal in 2011. Screwvala is one of India's most successful entrepreneurs and is bringing mainstream attention to the UCypher eSports League. UCypher will consist of 10 teams with 12 players each, who will compete across a variety of games on PC, console, and mobile platforms. Screwvala has stated USports has set aside $11 to $14 million to build the UCypher League. Esports virtual reality platform, Sliver TV, has announced a 2017 partnership with esports organizations ESL and DreamHack to allow viewers to watch pro matches from inside the game. As a result of the partnership, DreamHack, ESL, and IEM events will be live streamed in 360 virtual reality, giving viewers the opportunity to watch live matches, replays, and statistics from inside their VR headsets. The technology is currently in beta testing, but has already been utilized in ESL 1 New York and IEM Oakland for its League of Legends and Counter-Strike tournaments. The VR stream service will run across 7 esports events in 2017 and can be viewed on their website at Sliver TV or via their app available on Android, iOS, Samsung Gear VR, Oculus Rift, and HTC Vive platforms. China's e-commerce juggernaut Alibaba is betting big on the future of esports. The all-in-one internet commerce company has signed a $150 million agreement with the World Electronic Sports Games Tournament as part of a 10-year exclusive strategic partnership. The WESG is an international esports championship tournament based in Shanghai, organized by AliSports, Alibaba's sports division. Alibaba is also planning on building esports stadiums across China in an effort to make esports, quote, a way of life. The WESG made waves last year with its $5.5 million prize pool for its World Electronic Sports Games 2016 held in Shanghai, China, which included the largest CSGO prize pool ever at $1.5 million. The World Electronic Sports Games currently enables competition in 4 esports titles: CSGO, Dota 2, StarCraft 2, and Hearthstone. Coming up after the break, we join our Halo 5 resident expert Austin Hogan as he shows us how to make a come-from-behind victory on Halo 5 strongholds on Plaza. Question: what do you do if you're a superhuman Spartan soldier in a losing situation and it's all downhill from here? Do you tilt? Do you rage? Do you throw your computer at your expensive flat screen? Well, not if you're Master Chief, you don't. Austin Hogan now joins us in the studio to show us how to make the best of a losing situation and change the tides of battle in Halo 5 Strongholds on Plaza.
This is Austin at Swarmio eSports. Today we're going over a Strongholds Plaza game. We're defending against pro players Eco and Penguin, as well as 2 other Onyx players in Arena. At the start of this game, you're going to look at camo and any power weapons that are on the map. In Strongholds, there are no power weapons, so just look at camo. Here you can see I fly out at the beginning, which you don't want to do unless you're going for an instantly burn of the power-up. As you can see, I just put myself in a bad position there, so anytime like that, you just want to save your thrust and try and get back to a cover before you can get melted like that. And off your spawn here, you just want to go right to your teammates, or you can go top gold to get more shots on. See I jump up here, I'm going to look at hotel. There's usually always someone, you see the outline of the player sitting on the ledge. If you don't know if there's anyone there, there's usually going to be a person there. So just check that and be aware of that. And as you can see, we're just going to follow them into bottom mid here. They're going to keep pushing it to try and stop us. One of our teammates goes down by a shotgun. So that's the only power weapon on the map that you're going to really want to control is the shotty, which spawns in the back of yard. It's a 10-second respawn every time it goes out of ammo and you drop it. So just try and time that if you can. It's a really powerful weapon on this map. Hotel, staying alive. I'm gonna go down there since there's one top gold shooting me as well. We got pushed into yard from the blue spawns again. Anytime you spawn blue, you don't really want to run down the map, run down the ramp right to the center of the map because you'll just get instantly killed from other positions. As I'm playing S4 is a really powerful position on Est, even if you're not going to be able to get it right away. S4 is just one of those spots where you have a huge height advantage as well as a lot of cover to be able to stay safe from. You can see I pick up a camo kill, which is huge. Anytime you can kill a power-up guy, it's a huge kill, basically counts as 2. We're going to be capping Nest here, and once you cap Nest, you want to instantly just go down the stairs or soda to help your team on bottom mid. See I pick up a kill and we end up getting a cap here. Once after that's done, you're going to want to go back, like this guy is pushing straight over to Nest. I pick up that kill, and you're just going to try and play your life. The guy in glass ends up killing me. But that guy in glass made a good play by just waiting it out. And the guy in glass is going to back up now, and he's going to go probably back to yard to try and end this 3-cap. Anytime you're in a 3-cap situation, as they are right now, basically just go yard if you're spawning blue, tram, anything like that. So off my spawn in blue, I want to go straight to tram here. Straight through yard. And if I didn't have that BR, I would have went straight to yard BR, picked that up. My teammate's there, so you grab that. To help pick up that kill. Here, challenging from glass is not the best thing to do since I could have just waited for my teammate, but I end up picking up a nice nade kill. That usually won't work where I stay alive there, but it happened to in that case. And my teammates have already dropped bottom mid. So it's already halfway done after that play since I had 2 people looking at me there, which is great that we ended up getting the bottom mid so far. This one guy makes a really nice play staying alive there, ends up picking me up as a kill and then buying enough time for his teammates. The guy on posters is another position like S4 and Nest where there's a lot of lines of sight as well as cover. Any position like that you can control. You get shots through blue, you get shots at top gold. Just another one of those power positions. This ledge here that I was using for ground pounding as well. If you just sit up on that ledge, you can just charge a ground pound and people won't push you since they know you're ground pounding and they don't want to get hit by it. And you can see Penguin jumps out of yard there prematurely, which ends up getting us a reset. And that was huge since if he would have got that cap, we probably would have been 94 or 95 to our score and still counting. So we end up getting a 3-cap off that as well. And he's going to start yard now, but realistically, if they didn't jump out too soon, they would have already had yard and they wouldn't have had to go back and push it. They could have pushed Nest. As you can see, we get another reset on Nest, or on yard, sorry, since they're already pushing in. Teammates are collapsing very well on that. This guy in blue ramp gets a nice double kill. He's going to look top gold as well. As you can see, I get a trade down bottom for a sticky kill. Which, trading your life at this point is a pretty good outcome since your teammates can just collapse 3v3. And especially if it's for a reset. Here is a little bit of a bad play since I pushed 2 of them. Ended up working out since I got a nade on them. But if you're going to want to see 2 of them, you're just going to want to save your thrust and be able to back up whenever you need to. I used it offensively there and ended up working out, but it's another situation where I just got really lucky with a nice nade. Here's a situation where I was just not aware of spawns. And I'm jumping top gold expecting them all to be blue, but I just killed them blue and they're actually spawned tram. If I would have missed my jump or anything, I would have been instantly dead and they would have capped yard. You can see they cap yard here, but we're going to get a few cleanup kills on them. And see as we collapse there, we get 2 kills. The 2 kills there is just going to flip them straight over the blue and bottom nest. As you can see, there are 2 already in nest, and the other 2 split, blue ramp and hotel. The blue ramp and hotel guys are going to be split again from their teammates, and it's going to be a 4v2 across the map. And you can see there's another situation where I was talking about I was shooting across the map first. I was going down blue ramp, and there's a guy right in front of me on dip. And even though I know he's there, I'm going to support my teammate first and shoot the guy across on the ramp. That just establishes a play where the guy on the ramp isn't able to go into nest and heal, and he's not able to cap a stronghold or anything. The guy going for nest is a much more dangerous person than the guy in bottom dip, since he's not going for a play that could end the game for us. You can see we're made a nice comeback here, and we're already up 95 to 92, and they haven't got any points since that play where he jumped out of yard too quickly. They're gonna have to desperate bottom mid since we're coming to the end of the game. And at the end of the game here, all we have to do is jump in and contest so they can't cap it. As long as you're in there with about 98, 90 points, 99 points, they will not be able to cap it. This has been an Austin Ogun for Swarmio eSports. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Swarmio eSports. Now joining us in the studio through the power of the internet is our Counter-Strike eSports analyst, Justin McKay. Justin, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you, Roy?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking. We got a lot to get through, so let's jump right in. Counter-Strike Classic Offensive. Valve came out with it in 2016 December. What is the appeal to gamers, and why is this catching on?
So I think it came out, December 25th on Christmas. And I think the big appeal is just to all the loyal 1.6 fans. Everybody that kind of grew up from 1.3, 1.5, 1.6. The game didn't have the best graphics, but any computer could run it. And you had a variety of guns like the TMP, MP5, some guns that people miss and got used to in the old day. And there was just different things like you could spam walls and a lot of different characteristics to the gameplay back then compared to now, whereas now it's all about skins and crazy graphics. So,
do you see it catching on a professional level? Do you see it becoming an esport or being featured in some of the tournaments?
So if you would have said this January 1st, I would say no, because ESCA, one of the larger leagues in North America, put a kibosh to that and said they would never take the game on. But now, if you look, I think it was January 8th to January 12th, Faceit took it on. The other league, it's really popular in Europe, starting to grow here in North America. So Faceit's made a division specifically for Classic Offensive, and it's typically the second most popular game right now available to get a game on. So it has caught on quite quickly there, and it's just to see if it fizzles or sticks around.
Speaking of ESEA, there was a recent hack in December. For the viewers that don't know about ESEA and the league, could you give us a quick rundown of who they are and what they do?
So ESEA, eSports Association, they've been around since 2003. Craig Torbo Levine was the original owner. I think they've sold or merged here with ESL recently, and he's now their vice president. So the company's been around for 13, 14 years. They've primarily stuck with Counter-Strike, all the different versions. They've had Team Fortress 2, tried to dabble in StarCraft, and different things like that, but Counter-Strike's been what keeps them alive. And a lot of information is stored on players there, from their profiles, their statistics. That's one of their big things. And then they're known for their anti-cheat. So making sure that if you play on matchmaking servers with Valve, a lot of times there's people complaining of a lot of cheaters, and their goal is to make sure they're in a clean environment on their servers.
Speaking about the hack, how many people lost their information, and how many people's information was compromised, and what information exactly was compromised?
So I believe it was December 30th that the hack occurred, and it was I think from everything we've read about now, there was really a ransom that went out by the hacker, kind of letting them know, if you pay me off, I'll show you how I did it, and I'll never release the information. And they called his bluff, and they obviously didn't want to just pay this hacker any ransom money. And in the end, everything was leaked out. Leakedsource.com is a place you can go and check and see the information. And yeah, I think 1.5 million people were affected, and it was a lot of information. So it's not just your typical name and alias that a lot of sites, like I know LinkedIn has had a leak before, but if you look at ESEA, it was everything from your address to possibly your password, but I know they did ask us to do a reset the day after. So there was a lot more information.
Was your information compromised at all?
Yeah, I went and checked. So they got my, it's your username, your address, your phone number, actually, if you had that in there for SMS. The only thing is they didn't have your credit card information. They don't store that on file at ESEA, so that's good that didn't get out. And hopefully this will have them crack down on security measures. I mean, there was a lot of little things that also occurred that day. You've noticed there's a karma on the website, which is just measuring if you're a very helpful player, that people give you a plus karma, or if you're a really negative player and they give you a minus. Everybody's karma was switched to 1337, or elite in gaming terms, that day. So I think the guy had a little bit of fun with the company as he played around.
Do you agree with ESEA's decision to not pay the ransom and allow the leak to occur?
After the fact, it's really easy to make those decisions. I mean, they could have got away with nobody knowing and paid a small fine, because their credibility gets shot in these situations, and they'll probably lose a lot more money. So after the fact, you might say maybe they should have, but given the fact that they don't know if he's telling the truth, it could be just a guy calling a bluff. They handled it the best I think they thought they could, and that was to just tell everybody, reset your passwords. There's been a security breach, and it was a real breach. So. Yeah.
What could the hackers do with this information, and is there any evidence that they've already done it?
Well, I mean, they released the information out to like Leak Source had it all available there. So I mean, if you have your email address and you go to leaksource.com, one that you've used to register for anything, you plug it in, and it'll tell you if your information was ever leaked to them. So for me, I plugged mine in, and then I realized, it was also leaked from LinkedIn, had it hacked before, Yahoo, all those,
Excellent, Justin. Thank you for keeping us up to date on all things Counter-Strike.
I appreciate the time, and hopefully I'll have me back here again soon.
All right. Bye, Justin.
Thank you.
That was Justin McKay, our Counter-Strike eSports analyst. Stay tuned for more Swarmio eSports. 2016, Blizzard Entertainment held its first official Overwatch World Cup. The teams are based on nations, with players picked by the Overwatch community itself. Long story short, South Korea dismantled and destroyed all comers, defeating Russia in the final 4-0. A big part of their success had to do with their dedicated support player Ryu Jae-hung, who is now considered one of the best Ana players in the world. So let's take a look at his playstyle in our first Overwatch Pro Breakdown. Hello everyone, this is Rory Spacepug Andrews for Swarmio Gaming. Now I want to talk about Overwatch for a moment. Overwatch is a young game. It's been out for about 8 months, but already it has quite the competitive scene, and a lot of players are quickly making a name for themselves on the international stage. Many of those are South Korean. That is because during the Overwatch World Cup, the South Korean team ran the tables on every other country in the tournament. They went undefeated, and Russia was looking really good coming into the final, and they didn't coming out of the final. South Korea dismantled their team using teamwork and no real clear star players. Russia had Shadowburn, but he was nullified by Miro's Winston play. But a big reason why Winston could take on Shadowburn's Genji was the fact that he had a dedicated support player behind him by the name of Ryu Jae-hung, which in my mind was the MVP of the series. His Ana play was like nothing we've ever seen before, and many people think he's the best in the world. So what I want to do right now is I want to break down some of his play, watch him play Ana in a scrimmage match, in a South Korean scrimmage match, and try to find out what he does differently than other people when they play Ana. What makes him the best Ana player in the world? This is a South Korean scrimmage. You will hear them talk a lot. They're a noisy bunch, but in the end, that's good. You want your team to be noisy. You want your team to talk, because situational awareness is key here, and if you're a silent Ana, you're usually a dead Ana. So this is a scrimmage. You'll see that on Ryu Jae-hung's team, he also has Miro and Eska. These were also some real, maybe not MVP. Oh yeah, Miro was pretty close to an MVP player on the Overwatch World Cup, and all three of them play for Lunatic High, which is a South Korean pro team that currently plays in the South Korean League over there. So here we go. The first thing, you see the Bionic Ray go out. He gets his D.Va with it, and he gets the enemy Reinhardt and the enemy Roadhog. Right now, this is a very compromised position. There's really no front lines here. This is not where Ana excels. You want a frontline team. You want a team that is organized. As you can see, the Tracer, whose job it is to flank, caught the Ana off guard because the teams got scattered mid-push. So right now the Soldier and the Reinhardt are dead. They're still fighting for the point, but they officially lost this engagement. They lost the point. They're grouping back up. The Tracer comes, throws her ult down, doesn't do much. She's just trying to be a nuisance, which is her job. We try to sleep dart the enemy Ana, who's way back in the line. Okay, here's a big engagement here. We got the Nano Boost out. She was earth shattered, but it's okay. Okay, did you see that aim? Lucio was thrown across the stage and hit her twice. Ryu Jae-hung hit him twice. It's ungodly aim. He's rocking 79% for unscoped and scoped aim right now. And with how close quarters he's playing, that's insane for a sniper. Right now, Ryu Jae-hung's taking over the right flank. This is all situational awareness. He's saying the Tracer's coming from the right-hand side. I don't know South Korean, but I know that's what he's saying. The Graviton Surge, Zarya put it out. That was a headshot on a Tracer from point-blank range. By the way, Ana doesn't even need to headshot people. She doesn't even get headshots. She's throwing syringes at people, but I guess Ryu Jae-hung just likes shooting people in the head, so we'll let him go ahead and do that. And right now, they're talking. There's 3 places that the enemy team could come from right now. They could come from upstairs. The D.Va's taking care of that. They could come from the main door. The Reinhardt and the rest of the team's taking care of that. They could come from the right-hand side. They chose to go through the main entrance on the lower level. The Earth Shatter comes out. Look at this. Okay, that was a nano-boosted enemy Reinhardt mid-charge. He caught somebody, and Ryu Jae-hung slept him mid-charge. It was incredible. People aren't supposed to do that. So you're watching a pro player do his pro thing right now, and you're thinking, oh, cool, I'll just go and do that. You couldn't do that. You couldn't shoot an enemy nano-boosted Reinhardt who is in mid-charge who has one of your teammates. It's insane reaction speed. Not to mention, he shot that Reinhardt before he started moving. So he shot the Reinhardt, peeled over, took out the sleep dart, slept him mid-charge, saved his team, and they won that engagement precisely because of that. Right now, you see that there was another Graviton Surge by the enemy team. The Biotic Grenade, always throw that. Oh, enemy Earth Shatter. Slept the Reinhardt. No, didn't sleep the Reinhardt. Okay. Ryu Jae-hung died from the enemy Tracer again. You see the D.Va jump off the edge right here, and you're like, wow, why would somebody just commit suicide? That'd be bad for their stats. But in this game, in Overwatch, never go in alone. If you go in alone, you will die, the enemy team will kill you, they will get ult charge off that. Congratulations, you just gave them an advantage. Jumping off the edge to your death in this game sometimes makes sense. Maybe not in the narrative, but this game really isn't canon, so whatever. Jump off the edge all you want. Okay, right here we have the approach. They don't have the point, they're attacking it. Right now, Ryu Jae-hung's team has 99% to the enemy team's 62. They need to get that to 100. They need one solid, successful engagement to win the game. You see another Graviton Surge. You see the Bionic Grenade go into the Graviton Surge. You see the sleep on the nano-boosted Roadhog. You see the healing on the Soldier. There is a Tracer behind Ryu Jae-hung. Ryu Jae-hung doesn't care right now. He's too busy healing his team. He's too busy getting people off the point. He's taking the point. And look at his hand. Right here you can see his hand on his mouse pad. Look at how far it moves. You think, oh, the pros, they need that high sensitivity. They know how to deal with high sensitive mouse. Ryu Jae-hung, all that beautiful aiming you've seen, he was doing it from his elbow. The man doesn't play from the wrist. Take it as a lesson, everybody. All right. So, if you want to watch any of this, without my commentary, check it out on the link below and listen to these beautiful, beautiful South Korean screams, everybody, because they won the point. They go on to win the game quite handily. They lose 1 point during the match, but it's just a scrimmage. So, everybody's having fun. So let me know if you'd like some more pro breakdowns in the future, and thank you from Swarmio Gaming. This has been Rory Spacepug Andrews, out. That's all for this episode of Swarmio eSports. As always, you can contact us by emailing us here. You can also tweet us at Swarmio Gaming. For all past episodes, check us out at youtube.com/SwarmioTV. And for future episodes and updates, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I'm Rory Andrews, and thank you for watching.